Bengaluru is considered among the fastest growing global cities in the world. It has the largest number of startups and unicorns in the country, and it attracts talent from across. And in an attempt to establish #brand Bengaluru on a global level, the Karnataka government made this announcement during the 2024 state budget.
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಹಾಗೂ 10 ಮಹಾನಗರ ಪಾಲಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ರಾತ್ರಿಯ ವೇಳೆ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ವಹಿವಾಟಿನ ಮೇಲಿನ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಜಾವ 1 ಗಂಟೆಯವರೆಗೆ 1 AM ವಿಸ್ತರಿಸಲಾಗುವುದು.
That's right. On 16 February, Karnataka Chief Minister and Finance Minister Siddaramaiah announced that shops and establishments are now allowed to remain open till 1 AM. A lot of restaurants, pubs, cafes and other food and beverage establishments already choose to remain open till midnight, especially during the weekends. But this announcement makes the same thing possible for other retail outlets like apparel stores, multi-brand outlets and even a salon. So whether you want to get some last-minute outfit shopping done or you want to get a haircut at 11 PM, some or all of these activities should be possible going forward. But is the city ready for something like this? Do we have the infrastructure to support this move? And most importantly, how do the store owners and the residents of the city feel about it? That's what I'm about to find out. The city that never sleeps is a title that has been given to many cities across the world. New York, Tokyo, Las Vegas, among others. Although it is repeatedly claimed that Bengaluru is among the fastest growing cities in the world, this city has never had such a culture. According to Kearney's Global Cities report, Bengaluru ranks 91st place in the world. This rank speaks to the city's business activity, human capital, information exchange, and cultural experience, among other metrics. The imagination of Bengaluru as a global city and its aspiration to grow into another city that never sleeps is in all likelihood what gave rise to this announcement in the 2024 state budget that shops and establishments are allowed to remain open till 1 AM. This announcement had different reactions from different stakeholders.
Yes, the beginning everyone thinks, no, it's not visible, the customer will not come, they will not turn up. If the shop is extended their hours for the working hours, the customer is happy to come in the late hour also because less crowded, everything is there.
Earlier, only in Bangalore, only to the restaurants we had a permission up to 1 o'clock. So these amendment rules will definitely benefit not only to the food industry, to all the other establishment also. ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ, ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೂ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಮತ್ತು ರೋಡ್ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಕಂಜೆಕ್ಷನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಡೇನಲ್ಲಿ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್, ದ ಸಿಟಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೇಫ್. ಅಪ್ ಟು 1 o'clock city will be having more number of lights, more number of people on the road. So city will be also alive.
The argument that Mayank Rohatgi and PC Rao make might resonate with a lot of people. If the city stayed awake longer, you might feel safer to step out and grab a bite or go shopping.
I usually start work in the afternoon and go on till late night, depending on calls with the team, calls with vendors. Sometimes that can stretch to early morning on occasion. And because of the geographically distributed nature of the team, these calls can happen at all hours to accommodate different time zones.
For people like Vicky Pereira, who is an instructional designer working with people across the world, stepping out after hours isn't really a matter of choice. He simply cannot run his errands or buy his supplies at any other time of the day.
There are any number of normal services that people probably wouldn't think twice. That for me, it requires a lot of planning. You know, if you want to paint the house, go out and buy supplies. You want to get some plumbing work, go out and buy taps and things like that. Selfishly, I wish all of that were available around the clock, so I wouldn't have to think twice. I would just go out after I finish work, late in the night, early morning, whenever, and then be able to do shopping like that. I'm conscious of the fact that I'm in the minority and there's not going to be a huge percentage of the population that will have my same needs, but I do think there are enough people who follow the kind of timings that I do who could benefit from this, specifically people in the ITES industry.
While there are many like Vicky who welcome this move by the government and are looking forward to its implementation, there is another side to the story.
Evening time as a health and wellness coach is a right time for you to also start resting up, start slowing down. So let's look at Vegas, right? Let's look at Vegas as a city that never sleeps. So which means that you can go into the casino at any time, you can go to a nightclub at any time. For a short period of time, it's nice. So you go to Vegas for a holiday, but you don't go there to live. And Bangalore not sleeping through the night in the central business district would be okay.
That was Deepa Bhatt, a health and wellness coach from Bengaluru. Having seen trainees from around the world suffering from stress and insomnia, Deepa is of the firm belief that a city must shut shop at night to preserve the health of its residents, if not anything else.
Though it is great for someone who's working late to have access to shops and establishments open, but on the other side, it's also nice to be able to wind down faster, come back to a warm bed at night.
The decision to extend business hours reportedly followed requests by hoteliers associations. Some others, however, don't seem to be on board this new plan.
I have to have a third shift to operate. I have to pay the employees overtime, irrespective of the business that I generate. I'll have to pay my employees, my electricity bills increase. That will add to the cost of the operations, which I'm not willing to take until I'm sure of the business that I will get. Are the customers feeling safe to come to Commercial Street at 1 o'clock in the night? Do they have enough public transport to go back home at 1 o'clock in the night? Are the metro trains open at 1 o'clock in the night? Unless you make all those infrastructure back support systems that are strong enough to allow you to have a consumer to come to Commercial Street at 1 o'clock in the night, why will this kind of a thing make sense otherwise?
If the pubs are going to be open, the bars are going to be open, then it is going to become a more serious problem for the shops. Because if a person comes drunk fully, then he is going to be more of a hassle to the shop than a real customer.
The people who are going to be most affected by this dire lack of infrastructure are the employees at these establishments. They are the ones who are going to have to stay back till even after 1 a.m. just so that these businesses can function. Public transit, security, all of this takes a hit late at night. I'm standing here in front of UB City and the time now is around 11:30 and behind me tens and tens of employees are walking back to their houses. Let's see what they have to say about the situation.
कंपनी अगर हमको बुलाते 1 बजे तक रुकना है तो हम लोग को कंपनी का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, घर तक छोड़ देते हैं, वो ड्रॉप मिलता है हमको।
ड्रॉप लेंगे?
हाँ, ड्रॉप लेंगे। कंपनी ऐसा हमको खाली छोड़ेंगे नहीं कि कंपनी का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमारा घर तक छोड़ता भी हमारा कंपनी।
मैं मॉर्निंग 10 बजे आता हूँ और नाइट में 11 बजे हो जाता है और 3:30 बजे से 6:30 बजे तक ब्रेक हो जाता है हमारा। हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं आती हमने अपने काम में। अगर वो 1 बजे तक रोकने की बोलेंगे ना तो ड्रॉप कर देंगे, हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
You can see that a lot of employees are okay with this proposition because their companies are offering them conveyance. But this may not always be the case. Vinay Srinivasa, a lawyer and a member of the Bengaluru Jilla Beethi Vyapari Sangatnegala Ukkuta, has a lot of concerns as to the safety of the employees who work in these establishments.
As far as this new move by the government to keep establishments open till 1 is concerned, while there may be some commercial benefit for the establishments, etc., one has to think about what it's going to do to the employees, because the employees, as you're all aware, are in an unequal power relationship as far as their employers are concerned. So one, we don't know if the employees are going to have shifts, if they're going to give somebody part-time jobs, what are they going to do? And secondly, if suppose somebody does have to work a little overtime, are they really going to pay them overtime pay? This is something we don't know. And like what happens with retail establishments or smaller shops is there's no proper union of those working in shops. See, if you're in a factory or or even if you're doing street vending, etc., there are unions. But there is barely any union of those working in retail establishments, right? Of salespeople or anybody else in retail establishments, or even like waiters in a hotel, etc. So there's a whole lot of concerns over there, right? And if there is a violation of labor laws, where do they complain to? Like a single employee, where do they complain to? Has the Labor Department done an assessment of what this means for the workers? Has the Industries and Commerce Department or like the BBMP, which also issues trade licenses, have they seen what this is going to do to people working over there? Has this assessment been done? These are all things that we have to think of before rushing into such a move.
Hashtag Brand Bengaluru is a cherished dream for many of the city's residents. But in order to see it come to fruition, we need to do a complete reassessment of the city's infrastructure and our readiness.